Welcome to Sinister Findings, where we delve into the darkest corners of history and uncover the most chilling tales. For the best experience, we recommend putting on your earphones. Today, we bring you the terrifying legend of the cursed village of Yurei-Mura. Are you ready to face the unknown? In the remote mountains of Japan, there lies an abandoned village known as Yurei-Mura, or Ghost Village. The village was once a thriving community, but it was mysteriously abandoned overnight, leaving behind only whispers of its dark past. The locals in the nearby towns avoid the area, believing it to be cursed. However, the allure of the unknown has always drawn the curious and the brave to its eerie ruins. One such group was a team of paranormal investigators led by a man named Kenji. Kenji had heard the stories of Yurei-Mura and was determined to uncover the truth behind its abandonment. He gathered a team of 4, Yuki, a psychic medium, Hiroshi, a tech expert, Aiko, a historian, and Takeshi, a cameraman. Together they set out to explore the village and document their findings. As they approached Yurei-Mura, the atmosphere grew heavy with an unsettling silence. The village was hidden deep within the forest, and the path leading to it was overgrown and treacherous. When they finally arrived, they were greeted by the sight of dilapidated houses overgrown with vines and moss. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and an eerie fog hung low over the ground. Kenji and his team set up their equipment in the village square, the heart of Yurei-Mura. The square was dominated by a large, ancient tree, its gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. As night fell, the team began their investigation. Yuki, the psychic medium, immediately felt a strong presence. She closed her eyes and concentrated, trying to communicate with the spirits that lingered in the village.
"There is great sorrow here,"
she whispered.
"The spirits are restless."
Hiroshi set up his cameras and motion sensors around the village, hoping to capture any paranormal activity. Aiko, the historian, began to explore the houses, looking for clues about the village's past. Takeshi followed her, filming everything. As they delved deeper into the village, they began to uncover its dark history. Aiko found old journals and letters that spoke of a terrible plague that had swept through Yurei-Mura many years ago. The villagers had tried to contain the disease, but it spread rapidly, claiming the lives of many. In their desperation, they turned to an ancient ritual, hoping to appease the spirits and lift the curse. The ritual involved the sacrifice of a young girl, chosen from among the villagers. She was to be bound to the ancient tree in the village square and left to die. The villagers believed that her death would appease the spirits and end the plague. However, the ritual failed, and the plague continued to ravage the village. In their despair, the villagers abandoned Yurei-Mura, leaving the girl to die alone. As Aiko read the final entries in the journal, she felt a chill run down her spine.
"The girl, she was never at peace.
She said, her voice trembling.
Her spirit still haunts this place."
Suddenly, the air grew cold, and a low, mournful wail echoed through the village. The team froze, their breath visible in the frigid air. Yuki clutched her head, her face contorted in pain.
"She's here! The girl! She's angry!"
Kenji and Hiroshi rushed to Yuki's side, trying to calm her. Takeshi continued to film, his hands shaking. The wail grew louder, and the ground beneath them began to tremble. The ancient tree in the village square seemed to come alive, its branches swaying violently. The team scrambled to gather their equipment, but as they turned to leave, they saw a figure standing in the fog. It was the ghost of the young girl, her eyes filled with sorrow and rage. She reached out towards them, her voice a haunting whisper.
"Why did you leave me?"
The team backed away, their hearts pounding. The ghostly figure began to move towards them, her movements jerky and unnatural. The air was filled with the sound of her sobs, and the ground shook with each step she took. Kenji and his team ran through the village, the ghost in pursuit. They could hear her cries growing louder, echoing in their ears. As they reached the edge of the village, the fog thickened, and they found themselves disoriented. The path they had taken earlier was gone, replaced by a dense wall of trees.
"We're trapped!"
Hiroshi said, his voice filled with panic. Yuki, still clutching her head, tried to focus.
"There must be a way out. We need to find the source of her anger."
Aiko remembered the journal entries and realized that the girl's spirit was bound to the ancient tree.
"We need to go back to the tree. It's the only way to end this."
Reluctantly, the team made their way back to the village square. The ghostly figure was waiting for them, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. She stood beneath the ancient tree, her hands bound by invisible chains. Kenji stepped forward, his voice steady.
We're here to help you. We want to set you free.
The ghost's expression softened, and she nodded. Yuki, using her psychic abilities, began to perform a cleansing ritual. She chanted ancient words, calling upon the spirits to release the girl from her torment. As Yuki's chant grew louder, the ground beneath them began to shake violently. The ancient tree's branches thrashed wildly, and the air was filled with a deafening roar. The ghostly figure screamed, her voice a mix of pain and relief. Suddenly, there was a blinding flash of light, and the village fell silent. The ghostly figure was gone, and the air was warm once more. The ancient tree stood still, its branches no longer moving. The team stood in stunned silence, their hearts pounding. They had done it. They had set the girl's spirit free. As they made their way out of the village, they felt a sense of peace. The curse of Yurei-Mura had been lifted, and the spirits were finally at rest. Kenji and his team knew that they had uncovered a dark chapter in history, but they had also brought closure to a restless soul. The story of Yurei-Mura would live on, a reminder of the power of the past and the importance of seeking the truth, no matter how terrifying it may be. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey into the cursed village of Yurei-Mura. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more eerie tales and haunted histories. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.